Welcome to episode 10 of LP Education. Today, I'm super excited for the first time to have our guest, Dr. Jen, naturopathic doctor and member at LP for 2+ years, with us to share with her top 3 secrets to staying healthy all winter long.
Hi everybody, Dr. Jen here with today's LP Education video. So today, for those of you who see me in my practice, you know that I'm not a huge pill prescriber. But today I want to talk to you about the top 3 supplements that I think we should all be considering as really, really important. The first one, vitamin D. So because we live in Canada, most of us don't get adequate vitamin D just from our diet and the sun in the winter. And the research on Canadians is pretty abysmal. So this is what we know. We know that a full 40% of us are below the recommended cutoff for vitamin D. The next 50% of us are in the moderate zone, and only 10% of Canadians have the optimal dose of vitamin D, the optimal levels in their blood. And vitamin D is critical for our immune function, our mental health and our mood in the winter especially. Plays a role in autoimmune disease, cardiovascular disease, cancer prevention. It does so many things for us. So being in this lower zone is not great. And the good thing about vitamin D is we can usually raise it in our bloodstream pretty easily with supplements. So when it comes to vitamin D, I usually recommend almost everybody supplement with vitamin D in the winter. The big thing though that we know now is that we're not supplementing with enough vitamin D. And this is what I really want you to think about when it comes to your vitamin D. Some of the newer recommendations coming out are saying a minimum of 3,000 IU a day. A lot of people take 1,000 a day, and what we're finding is clearly that's just not enough to get our levels up to where they need to be. So start thinking about increasing your vitamin D levels. Some of the bigger studies are actually coming out more around the 8,000 IU mark as a good dose of vitamin D. So 3,000 is actually a pretty conservative estimate. I recommend getting drops. They're readily available, and it's much easier to take 3 drops than 3 pills. So that's my first recommendation. If you want better immune health this winter and a better mood, and if you want to get yourself up into that zone where you're preventing cancers and heart disease and immune issues, take some more vitamin D. Supplement number 2, whey protein. So unless you're dairy intolerant, I think that whey protein is a really, really important supplement to consider in your daily routine. When you exercise at a high intensity, whey protein does so many things for you. The research shows that if you take your whey protein 30 minutes before a workout, it helps with exercise endurance, and it also increases muscle building. And I know whenever I go to pick up that thruster bar, I'm really happy that I take my whey protein. If you take it during your workout or after, it helps with muscle recovery, speeding up muscle recovery and building muscle mass. Also really important. And so interesting, if you take it at bedtime, it's been shown to increase your number of red blood cells and increase the hemoglobin in your red blood cells, which gives us more oxygen to our muscles and our tissues and actually improves exercise capacity. So whey protein does a ton for us when it comes to working out, but also does something else really interesting and critical, and that's it boosts our glutathione. And our glutathione is our master antioxidant in our body. So life, exercise, all the things we do create oxidative stress, and oxidative stress is what can damage our DNA and lead to cancer and other diseases. So by boosting your glutathione, you can downregulate the risk of all of those conditions. So whey protein has been shown to increase glutathione. And when you increase glutathione, it also boosts your immune system. So whey protein helps to boost your immune system, helps with your muscle recovery, helps with endurance during your workouts, and helps to reduce some of the supplement number 3, fish oil, or an omega-3 from an algae source if you're a vegetarian. So Omega-3s are just amazing. They've been doing research on omega-3s for so many years, and we know that omega-3s help to prevent things like heart disease and all the inflammatory conditions. But there's some new research out that I want to share with you today, because I don't want to bore you with what's been out for a long time. And that is on these amazing caps on the end of our chromosomes called telomeres. So here is my chromosome, in case you weren't sure what that was. And on the tips of your chromosomes are these caps called telomeres. And what telomeres do is they shorten every time our cell divides. So as our cells divide, these telomeres shorten a little bit every time until the telomeres have shortened enough that the cells can no longer divide. And when those cells stop dividing, they start to produce inflammatory molecules. And actually, this is when we start to enter the disease phase of our life that sort of predicts the end of our lifespan. So the research that they do on telomeres shows that they can predict people's lifespan based on how long their telomeres are, which is amazing. But one of the most damaging things to our telomeres is inflammation. We get inflammation by things like poor diet, no exercise, not enough sleep, stress, and fish oil is a big downregulator of inflammation. So taking fish oil regularly is something you can do to really, really downregulate inflammation. Not only will it protect these really important caps on the end of your genes and help with improving your lifespan, it helps with injury recovery, if that's an issue for you, and does all sorts of great things for mental health, and you name it. Fish oil has probably been researched to benefit that. So unless you eat like a maritimer and have seafood every single day in your diet, I think considering a fish oil supplement is really important. I know I plan on working with you guys until we're at least in our hundreds, so I need to keep you around. So think about taking a fish oil supplement. Okay, when it comes to supplements, quality really, really does matter, especially with fish oil. So this year I've teamed up with LP, and we're gonna put in a special order for all the LP members who would like to get on some of these awesome supplements. If you have any questions about whether the supplements are right for you, you can book an appointment with me, you can talk to one of your coaches like Coach Adam, and we're gonna order you some really high quality, awesome supplements.